Guess who's back again on your favorite show? Welcome to the Energy Show where we break down the questions behind energy. I am Tiana and today we'll be discussing the topic: the state of electricity distribution companies or DESCOs in Nigeria. As we know, Nigeria's electricity supply chain is segmented into three major sectors: generation, transmission, and distribution. While power generation and transmission are vital, it is the discourse that serve as the final bridge between power production and the end user, you and I, the Nigerian people and businesses. Now, since the privatization of the power sector in 2013, 11 discos were handed over to private investors with the expectation of improved service delivery, infrastructure development, and customer satisfaction. Over a decade later, the results have been mixed. Progress in some areas, persistent challenges in others. Now, let's talk about the current state of the discourse. Now, you see, today, many Nigerians still grapple with irregular power supply, estimated billing, and outdated infrastructure, and even poor customer engagement. Now, several discourse over time are financially distressed, and some have even been taken over by banks and the federal government due to default on loan agreements. Yet, it is also important to recognize some progress. Now, some discourse have begun implementing smart metering and, of course, digital customer service platforms. The federal government and international partners have injected funds and support through the National Mass Metering Program, the NMMP. New policies such as the Electricity Act 2023. This aims to decentralize the sector and allow state governments more involvement in electricity distribution. We will take a look at the challenges and root causes. Now, despite these efforts, the sector faces deep-rooted challenges. We have the huge aggregate technical, commercial, and collection, that's the ATC-NC losses, weak transmission infrastructure. We also have the low investments in network upgrades, tariff shortfalls versus cost of service. We have the lack of accountability and regulatory enforcement. Now, let's talk about the way forward. Now, for this course to fulfill their mandate, we need these things in place. We need the enforcement of performance-based regulations from the NERC. Now, we also need the aggressive investment in infrastructure and technology. Another one needed is a transparent and cost-reflective tariffs that protect consumers while ensuring viability. We also have the public-private partnerships that align long-term interests with national development goals. And importantly, empower consumers who demand service accountability. In conclusion, my fellow energized, there's something like that though. The state of the discourse reflects both the growing pains of a sector in transition and the urgency for reform. Power is not just a service, it is the foundation of economic growth, job creation, and national competitiveness. Now, the discourse must rise to the occasion. Regulators must enforce reforms, and all stakeholders, including us. We must also continue to push for a sector that works sustainably for all Nigerians. And now, energized, we've come to the end of the Energy Show today with Tiana. And if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and follow us across all our social media platforms at the TLIG Africa. Do you have questions or stories about clean energy in Africa? Do reach out to us because we'd love to hear from you. And also, if you have a product and of course services relating to energy you would love to promote, reach out to us. We'd love to partner with you. Till I see you around on this space, stay forward thinking.